The first time he touched me was completely by design. It was a handshake in the middle of a crowded room. The handshake was nothing but customary, but the energy from the contact should have been the first warning. When our hands connected, I could no longer hear myself breathe. It was like he entered me with that one touch. Later, I had come to realize that on that day, he found a home in my fibers so deeply embedded that even if I wanted him to, he would never leave me again. Middle Rengot, I hated packing, even if it was for a day. In this case, it was for 2 weeks. What made it a little harder was having a 14-year-old who sometimes acted like a 3-year-old. I swear if I had to yell up those stairs one more time, I was going to scream. He was stalling, and I knew why. He reminded me on several occasions about his temporary living arrangements and how he would never see the sun unless it was from a window. I was only leaving him for a short amount of time, but to a teen that was in the throes of full-blown puberty, with friends of his own and a whole world to discover, it could feel like a lifetime. I empathized with the kid, I really did, but this business trip would have us right where I want us to be financially. Benjamin Jordan Holt stood at just over 5'9" tall. He was fumbling and grumbling down the stairs in a juvenile fit of rage. It made me chuckle a bit because these tantrums never worked with me. Boy, please, we've been over this for weeks. I know it's not ideal, but it's the best I can do. Come on, Mom, I could stay with Uncle Luke while he's in town. It's not too late to call him, you know. I knew he was going to say that. Yeah, and that would go so well with your dad. I'm not putting you in between those two at all. The best thing is for you to stay with your dad. I know he is not your favorite person right now, but this is the best option for us all. Trust me. Roby was having a hard time dealing with Ben's transformation from being a cute little kid who followed him everywhere he went to a teenage boy who was a couple inches shy of being taller than he could ever be. They were getting into more and more fights about rules and the whole name. I knew this was hard on Ben. He'd rather be anywhere but that mausoleum that his father and grandmother call a home. I was half tempted to send him to Lucas, but it wasn't a fight I needed before getting on a 5-hour flight. This was our ticket to freedom, and I could taste it. If he only knew that this was for him as much as it was for me. I worked my ass off to get us here to this point, and nothing was going to stop that. I kept as much of the drama between his father and I away from him as much as possible, but still my life has been on hold because of Roby and his mother, but not for long.